Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of pretty much AspieAnswersAll. I'm hopefully right now going to contemplate on basically doing on one of my channel series, basically the beauty from ashes. Since it's been a while, I know I am fully understand. It just comes to light now that at this moment of time that pretty much what I've been thinking and seeking out at the moment. This one might be a message hopefully for some of you females as well as some of you men sort of thing, because this is taken from an excerpt basically on the Dear Men part of the series, and I'm hoping to collaborate on my beauty from ashes, however. So with further ado, we'll start. Dear men, I hear that most women are crying at night in their sleep. However, when you tend to call her names, belittle her regardless of her size, weight, height, and the like, belittling her pretty much obviously also by her thought patterns or how she acts or reacts to certain situations that you guys may face together. Sometimes you got to remember, however, when it comes down to basically belittling this woman that is put in your life for a reason, basically, you got to remember that the self-esteem, or obviously as we know, make her small and feel that it has to be on the low, so to speak. Also, pretty much with that self-esteem comes down to the self-confidence will be on the low, and she'll have doubts on herself basically on how she is and what she is and who she is, pretty much. Even though we all have a reason and a purpose in life, pretty much regardless what it may be, as I said. Pretty much too, we need to remember that regardless of those low self-esteem and self-confidence, however, that basically with us women, it's to a breaking point that basically, she can't seem to find herself anymore of who and what she is, as said before. Sometimes, however, she may feel that she's maybe not a woman anymore. She may not feel loved, accepted, or whatever by you guys, and to me, I feel for her and I hear her pretty much to the point as well as understanding her pain, misery, and guilt, and all these other mixed emotions that she may be facing or feeling at that given moment of time, however. But to address to you all men though, does this mean to you, does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel taller? Does it make you feel that you should be the king of the castle, thinking that, you should take control of every situation, or even just take control of that woman and basically, as said before, belittle her to the point of no return, that she's just going to be down and out, regardless what it may be? Men, gotta listen here. There's no such thing as perfection in a woman. Regardless of our faults, flaws, and imperfections, we all have them. We need to feel accepted, like you guys need to be feeling accepted as well, however. No matter what it is, that some of these women has come into your life for a reason at that given moment of time. I believe that everything happens for a reason, yes, but then again, as I said before, there is a season and time for everything, for changes and whatnot. Besides of all you guys, maybe giving us women grief and whatnot, I feel that in my heart that it's up to the men hopefully to change their ways, regardless of what they're doing to us women, however. But then again, as I've noticed in my past, that some men don't want to change, either A, because of fear of failing in the relationship, maybe fear of rejection if they do change, maybe a fear of the changes that will occur when they do, what they're becoming, and also maybe another one is basically they're just too ignorant, thinking, oh, that other person, say example, if that woman was in their path, they're the problem, not them, so they have to deal with it and try and change. However, I believe, however, we are not perfect. As I said before, we are created by the image of God, regardless of what it is. We are God's creation, as He created Adam and Eve for a reason, to create unity between the two of them. As I said, hopefully more unity, as well as dating and courting and whatnot, based on the relationship series. I reckon also the sooner the better you realize this, men, the better the outcome will be for the two of you, regardless if you've got that particular someone in your circle, be it your loved one or BFGF, whatever you want to label us females, pretty much, because obviously if you were together as in a relationship, when you realize that there's no such thing as perfection, then it would be better for the outcome for the two of you. However, based on basically how I look at it, bringing peace, unity, and also a clearer understanding. We should just accept each other's differences, faults and flaws and stuff as time goes by. You know, as I said, yes, we all tend to change. Another thing is men need to remember this, however. A woman, regardless where we're at or whatever we're labelled at, if we have come into the circle, we're not a trophy, we're not basically an idol or an object that we should be bowed down and worship to, showing off to your bros, your teammates, or whoever it may be, however. You know, a woman isn't there for your amusement, entertainment, or pleasure. They're there for a reason, obviously, as said, because we are all beautiful, graceful, unique in the image of God, however, and basically, however, we need to realise that, you know, men are that too if they want to accept it in their own time. Anyway, all of the women are put here on this earth to be your companion, soulmate, and if time let us, to be your future wife. We are side by side with you and supporting you and giving up our everything, however, to the point of just to be with you, regardless if we've given up our financial situation based on, you know, giving up our jobs or giving up on our family just to be with you, just because that, yes, okay, it's important to me based on relationships, which I'm going to share more in depth is, but I'll put this out there that basically, you know, it should be only between the two people, not just for, you know, the person's family members, be it their parents or whoever that may be entertaining in it, and just to basically, you know, want to put their foot in it, even though at the end of the day we need to trust ourselves pretty much as well as our judgment on what we want to do. To you men, however, you are one hell of a lucky guy pretty much to have this particular woman in your life, pretty much, and journey that puts up with you when you're having a hard day at work, be it that you're throwing a tantrum when you come home from work, you know, throwing your gear around, be it if that woman is just giving you that time of the day pretty much when you're having that meltdown and she's just sitting there to try and calm you down, soothing you or whatever the case may be. Yet that does not mean or give you the right to abuse us in every form of way, be it spiritual, be it mental, be it physical, be it the like. You know, sometimes it's also doesn't give you the right basically to abuse us to a point that you think that you're going to win no matter what it is, so to speak. You can't always try to control the situation, or us females, we are different individuals, however, you know, we live a life of basically, we're your companion, we obviously, you know, comfort you, we obviously seek counsel through you when we're down and out and stuff. You're supposed to be the role model in our lives, basically, to be the protector, nurturer, as well as us being that way too. So, and as I said before, some gender roles and identities / other affiliations here basically has changed in this day and age. However, I've noticed this too many times before. But anyway, your role as a man, however, is to protect us, support us, and more, like I said before, as we do for you. So imagine if you were coming across to us real abusive and aggressive and that. By rights, if you had a kid there, say if it's a daughter, would you want to try and treat your daughter the same way as you treat your significant other, Jeff, or whatever title you want to call it? To me, however, we should enjoy being with each other in each other's company, however, so to speak. You know, imagine it as if it's your last day or last breath on this earth, pretty much, because at the end of the day, tomorrow's isn't always promised, so just take it each moment we can, sort of thing I've learnt. We are put on this earth pretty much as women to protect, nurture, comfort, and the like. Yet we don't need to change for you, however. If you guys want to change us to the point of, you know, you want us to be big, you know, with big boobs, big buttocks, whatever imagery you have in your mindset, I'm sorry, this is not right, because as I said before, we are not made all perfect. However, I've noticed that many times before, many guys do portray that or try to visualize that in their mindset to change us. But as I said in one of my last videos, however, us women have the right to basically stand out, be different, and we shouldn't be dictated or told how we should think, say, act, or do things. We should be able to be our own individual selves, and actually, hopefully, if we were in a relationship, that significant other can accept us for who and what we are, sort of thing. As I've learnt in this day and age that I'm trying to accept certain people in my life that's in my life circle at this moment of time. Yes, relationships, as I said, will take a while to build up and whatnot. There's important foundations to build it stronger if that person is willing to give as well as to take. So it's a give and take. But as I said, more on that later on the void relationships. We all, however, deserve respect, males and females, pretty much. Respect to me is something that needs to be gained and also to be given like any other needs that we crave or ask or cry out for, no matter what it may be. Pretty much, you know, I know for a fact sometimes people abuse that mentality of the word respect. I've noticed that at the moment respect has gone out the window, but in all fairness, you know, I'm an old-fashioned girl that still tries to live up to my values and morals at this point of time about, you know, respecting your elders, respecting ourselves pretty much. And, you know, if we respect ourselves, we should be able to love ourselves also. And also, in our given birthright, we should be able to just be able to, you know, shine the light. And hopefully whoever comes in our circle will accept it. And, you know, there will be, as I'm trying to learn, Mr. Rights, however, some way. There are some or many women that come into our lives, however, into the males' lives, however, they may disrespect men, you know, regardless of what it may be. Like, be it if they've been in a rough relationship from their past and stuff, and they bring it into the present one if they're in it. You know, sometimes when that happens, they can cause a lot of conflict and also cause a lot of damage to your current relationship. In all fairness and awareness, how I look at it, however, we need to basically, you know, seek help and actually make sure that we can fix it before it's too late if we want to basically create it on. But in all fairness, some people I feel is just too afraid to seek that sort of help. I understand that many women out there do treat guys just as bad as men treat females, however, as I'm saying. But we need to treat each other, as I said, with respect, pretty much, and more, pretty much, yeah, the way we should, and then it will become a better way. Then we should become a better outcome for all of us, be it whatever it may be. You know, we can be at peace within ourselves, we can be happy within ourselves, as well as being at peace in our relationship. You know, I believe that when we come into unity with someone, with that significant other, we should be at peace with each other. You know, yes, okay, we do tend to have arguments and disagreements in any everyday relationships, but whatever it may be, you know, if we are willing to actually accept those faults or whatever it may be that has come or arisen in that given time frame, to solve it quick, smart, so we can diffuse the situation. As I've learned that we need to eliminate the problem or diffuse the situation or whatever it may be. You know, if there's someone involved, do we need to eliminate that person, or do we need to diffuse the problem quick, smart, and think, oh, okay, it shouldn't have been there in the first place? Or maybe we look at it in a bigger circle thinking, oh, maybe I was worrying over nothing, so to speak. Most of us women, however, need, or shall we say, all of us women wants to feel loved, accepted, the like, pretty much. The sooner the later men learns this, however, the easier and better the situations will become when we face them together, be it whatever it may be. You know, if you had a hard day at work and we sit down and talk to you, you know, we could be your listening ear, and hopefully you'll be patient enough for us if we had a bad day at work. You know, we don't want guys to obviously solve our problems. We just want a guy to actually basically listen to us and, you know, maybe not solve it to a point that we're incapable of doing it, but just a way of saying, okay, yes, I understand you had a bad day. Have you thought of doing it such and such way? Maybe, I don't know. But more on the uptake, more on how to go about this later. Also, however, I believe also it will become a better outcome too, because obviously, you know, with this, however, how we treat each other obviously will reflect on basically on the relationships we have from our work colleagues, our BFGF, or whatever you want to call it, our family members and the like, that we, as said, could come in peace and unity, you know. I believe also within that, to coming into peace and stuff with each other, you know, everything else will fall into place if we let it. You know, it's a one step at a time process, one day at a time process. We can't rush certain things. I believe that there are certain things that will come in our way, but that test us in our own time. I believe that right now that there are many men that do tend to disrespect women, pretty much due to the, you know, high level of their pride, their ego, their sadistic trait of pretty much, you know, oh, I'm the man of the house, everything says goes mentality. I've seen time and time again this, and that freaks me out, to be honest. And this obviously leads to abuse, as I said, in many forms towards the woman. But be aware, let's be straight up here and real. Men, your words and actions, however, that you dictate to us females will scar a woman pretty much for life. Yes, many of us women will carry this for life depending on our decision if we do choose to or not, however. You know, we can accept or reject this, you know, like you would if we were to, you know, do the same thing to you, disrespect you guys, and you just think, oh, okay, excuse my words, F off, you know, to another direction, and, you know, have your fits or whatever you do pretty much in your day and age when you feel that she's not hearing you, when she does, in all fairness, maybe listen to you and you've been just talking at her, I don't know. Don't be surprised or even angry, as I've learned in one of my statuses, if many of you followed me, basically, if she does decide to pack up and leave. Because this takes guts and obviously also shows that she's got worth and integrity and more in herself. Basically, she's got her self-respect, that is saying that, you know, enough is enough. I've had it, you know, I've given you so many chances, or just given you that one chance to prove that you're not like the others. I've learned that I'm trying, as I said before in one of my videos, and I'm trying to actually bring out there right now that, you know, not all men are the same mentality in my mindset, despite what I've been through. But, you know, in all fairness, I'm sure that, you know, we're not perfect, as I said, that we just need to acknowledge our faults and stuff, and hopefully we can work on those faults and, just as said before, just to solve them before it gets too much for us, however. You got to remember also, men, that your actions and words pretty much are really powerful to us women, however. So powerful that, as I said, she will carry them to breaking point when enough is enough. Remember this also, men. There is just one woman in your life or circle that's probably there for a reason, who is willing to give up everything, sacrifice everything, be it, as I said before, she maybe given up on her job, given up on her family, given up on her friends, just to be in your circle, just to support you, guide you, nurture you, and the like, pretty much. It does take guts. So therefore, as many people have said, you know, be grateful that person is there, because for sure as hell, no matter how you treat her, you know, you should be grateful she has tolerated this long, pretty much, to actually basically put up with your crap, put it that way. Even though I'm trying to learn now that, you know, I can't fix a person, even though despite that, you know, what I'm going through in my own situation at the moment, that, you know, as I'm trying to weigh up, you know, how much more am I going to take on this, you know. Yes, I'm trying to take it day by day, you know, and hopefully that person pretty much will just understand that, you know, yes, there will come a time and point that either A, he chooses to come back to me and acknowledge that some of the things that has come forward, that is his fault, not just mine, because I know it takes two to tango of certain things when it arises. But, you know, sometimes some people say to me, oh, sometimes it can't be fixed, Kerrin, but sometimes I feel it can be fixed, because if you don't fix it then what happens if you jump from another relationship and you're still carrying the same baggage? You see, I've learnt now you got to remember that you got to sort it out before you take on the next person involved in your relationship, regardless of who it may be, you know. Okay, you got to remember also, men, that despite your ignorance, besides your blindness into the spirit and in the physical realm, pretty much, you know, and too prideful to see beyond the woman's beauty and appearance and her maybe characteristics of being friendly or whatever the case may be, her personality, shall we say, that basically right now she can or could be your everything leading to the future. But as I said before, the future can't be promised, so take it one day at a time, pretty much. And you never know, you could be surprised that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have let it go. Or the opposite way I've learned now is sometimes I feel at peace with certain people in my life that I need to, basically, so I don't have to, you know, hopefully hurt myself and others around me to that point of no return with that black dog, as I said in my introduction, suffering from that depression. Also, another important fact I want to note here is, most of you men, however, are so stuck up on the idea of having the next Beyonce, having the next Kim Kardashian as pretty much in your relationship of this beauty figure. I'm sorry, but we'll, as I said before, have all these imperfections and basically flaws. Accept it or reject it. Many men crave and lust for those type looks. I don't know, but I've learned now it's just due to how society and, as I said before, the hidden messages on the bulletin boards is treating us females as if we're an object of entertainment, pleasure, and the like, just so that men can just get in our pants and whatnot. But in all fairness, that if some of us females don't want it, they should respect it. However, the sooner that you'll learn this and accepting this, the easier for you to enjoy what's there in front of you, with that particular someone that's in your life. None of us are, as I said before, not perfect. No way, Jose. No way, darling. You got to learn that from here on in, because in all fairness, once you learn all this and more of what I'm sharing right now, it will be an easier outcome for you all. So this is the first part of my Dear Men series, pretty much, sort of thing. Hopefully you guys have learned something, and message me, comment, subscribe, and let me know, your thoughts and that, so I can maybe do another episode of the Dear Men to continue on what I'm sharing. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.